So here it is, super duper stoked. Just arrived from Italy, which is pretty cool. I got this on eBay, and I think that it is actually worth a hell of a lot more than I even anticipate. But my gain is their loss, I suppose. I'm gonna unbox this because obviously it is, thankfully, taped really well. Let's just see the condition of the inside of it. Looks like quite the mafia body wrapped up and thrown in the river type of thing. So actually it was pretty well wrapped, but I can tell that it's actually in one piece, which is a good thing. So oh yeah, that's badass. That is my new addition. The Yamaha RGZ 820R in red, which is pretty beautiful. And I'm actually pretty surprised because there's only a little tiny, barely noticeable flaw there. Nothing really bad on the headstock. I mean, this guitar is an amazing quality. There's no major nicks where they normally are. There's no cracking in the neck joint. I mean, there's only like one little tiny thing, and that's just right here. You can barely see it unless you get right up on it. Right there. It's just a little imprint. This is basswood, I believe, this body, so you can freaking do that with your fingernail. But, I mean, this thing is practically flawless. It's got a stupid sticker on the back, but whatever. A little bit of wear, but that's normal. I don't know why this thing doesn't focus anymore. There we go. But, yeah. It's got the Yamaha joints. And it's got no major dents or scratches. Nothing even really to speak of, just a little bit of wear from probably somebody's belt or something like that. The neck is in absolutely amazing shape. And look at that serial number. Looks like 3N23058, made in Japan. So this is legit. And I only paid, with shipping, like $600 for this thing. I bet you this thing's worth $2,000 without breaking a sweat. So I'm gonna clean it up because the one thing that this thing needs is some TLC. Those frets are gross. Pickups are all original. And we will do something with this guitar, and then I will play for it. It will be cool. I was gonna say, this is sometimes why you get amazing deals on really rare guitars, because as good as this thing is in condition, it probably played like crap, because if you look at the string height, the bridge was probably taken apart by some nincompoop that had no idea what they were doing. And look at the variations in string depth. I mean, they are massive. So when you're actually trying to play this thing, it's going to be all goofy. Also, the bar, you can see it, it's kind of hard to see, well, you can see inside the hole, right there in the center, there is a piece of the bar actually broken off when they sent it. I don't know why they even bothered to send it, but this got broken off inside there. I don't know how that happened, but that's the only downside. But I can probably pull that thing apart and replace it. And I hate tremolo anyway, so I'm going to be locking this bad boy. But this thing is freaking rad. Once this thing is all cleaned up and shined, it is going to be sick. So this is what it looks like in the sun. And it is gorgeous. It's got this beautiful kind of metallic metal flake kind of paint, so it's not just a flat red, so it's actually like a more of a ruby kind of color. It's actually beautiful. So I don't think I'm going to do a thing to this thing as far as color change. What would have been really sick is if they would have matched the color on these. That would have been tits. That would have been amazing. But anyways, this is kind of what the before nastiness of the frets, the fretboard. Let me fix all that. So here's just an example of how different the frets look compared to this side of the neck. This is grody, and these are nice and shiny. You can see it's like the difference between them. So at the 12th fret up, that's where all they're polished. So it's a pretty huge difference. There's a hole, you can see it. So I'm cleaning the whole fretboard, some steel wool, and then I'm going to clean the rest of this up, and then we're going to hit it with some lemon oil. It's going to look all pretty. Alright, so basically what I did is I also took off all the corrosion with some steel wool. Now it dulled obviously the top of the pickup because it's supposed to be shiny, but the pickup itself is already so scratched to hell from just years of use. But I cannot stand corrosion on pickups or all that nasty soot. That is biological nastiness right there. That stuff is years of pizza and french fries and masturbation. It's just gross. So finally cleared off the frets, polished the back of the neck with some steel wool. Got to clean all the other little parts, which are not a big deal, but I got to take apart the entire bridge, clean every single piece of it, and then I'm going to polish with the Dremel. Probably get this little back up and this little gloss, but those little bits of steel wool that just came off when I did that, just use a can of air to blow that out. So now that the pickups have been cleaned, they look a lot better. You know, they're dull finished now, but whatever, I don't really care. They'll probably change over, but all of that nasty pitting and corrosion is gone. I blew out that with a can of air, but I'm still taking it apart to clean it. But the frets are getting to be beautiful. As you can actually see, I am polishing them with a Dremel, very low speed, just to get into like a mirror finish. Like this is an unpolished fret, it's just steel wool. We can see the difference between these. So it's beautiful. So you can see a couple of these frets are, like these are nice, but they're not nearly as reflective of those guys. So, see you in a minute. Alright, so this is the result after the Dremel was done. Look at this shine on those frets now. They are mirrors. That is friggin' awesome. Just a little bit of TLC and some tools. Alright, so this thing is absolutely stupid stunning. I can't believe how beautiful this guitar is. You guys would be mad if I told you how much I paid for it. So this is the stuff that I use for actually cleaning guitars. It is way better than guitar polish, and it's just like for you know, cars and stuff like that. That's what it does, is it cleans all that, keeps the fingerprints from getting on there and stuff like that. So it's almost like a wax cleaner as well. Anyways, look at these frets. I mean, they are absolutely mirrors. So this guitar is bad to the bone. Super stoked, and I'm just really shocked because there's just no damage to this guitar. I mean, other than that little tiny little thing right there, which you can barely see, it's just ridiculous. You know, there's a couple little, you know, thump things here. You know, you can see right there, there's just like a little bit, but you got to almost see them in the reflectiveness to see them, because it's like when you turn it like this, you can't even see them. So got a few more things we got to do. I got to take apart the trim, got to clean all the components, and then put the thing back together and rock and roll. So there she is, man. Couldn't be happier with this thing. I mean, it is just friggin' stunning. I mean, the paint job on it is perfect. I mean, a few little scratches here and there from just regular playing, but you can see the sparkle is just absolutely gorgeous. You know, little tiny ding, that's about as big as a flaw as it has right there, which is, for a 25-year-old guitar, pretty amazing. So it's all well set up, perfectly intonated. I'll give it a quick video as far as playing later, but it's my new party. So this guitar, when I was originally searching for it, this was the eBay ad that I actually found on April 30th, but most people were going for the blue Saraceno plaid version. They have a watermelon plaid and then they have a yellow version. But this basically, I only had 3 pickups of it, and it's such a rare guitar. These are some before and after pictures. You can see how dirty that tremolo was before I actually completely took it apart. This is before I polished the pickups, and then I did the fretboard, conditioned the fretboard as well as the frets, polished those completely up. And this is just, you know, a comparison to how I string the guitar backwards, use it from the trem, and then this is the finished product. So thanks for watching.